Section 114 is, to me, a brilliant little meditation on the difference between knowledge and wisdom. Um, his he paints knowledge, he personifies knowledge as kind of this young, impetuous, curious, um, just uh, driven by a thirst for knowledge and expansion and growth, and kind of thoughtless about any destruction that may follow. And and then he says that knowledge needs to take a second place to wisdom. In line 11, he asks, "What is she? What is wisdom? Cut from love and faith, but some wild Pallas from the brain of demons." So if you separate knowledge from love and faith, you just get this wild urge from a demon's brain. Fiery, hot to burst all barriers, her onward race for power. And so I like the image he's painting here. The problem is that you only get wisdom after you've chased knowledge for a while. So it's a bit of a conundrum. How do you achieve wisdom? Well, you have to live, you have to gain experience, and you only do that by breaking things, and by you have to go through that impetuous child stage to get wisdom. But to me, there's so much you could draw out of this about wisdom versus knowledge, and what is one versus the other. And there's a Greek reference here, line 12, but some wild Pallas from the brain. This is a reference to a Greek myth where the goddess Pallas Athena kind of springs from Zeus's brain, fully grown, fully mature. And I'm just thinking now that as I'm reading this, I should have looked up. I think it's in Job. It says, the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. So maybe there's some wisdom to be gained by listening to God and trusting His way. Maybe that's how you, in some cases, shortcut the damage done during the impetuous stages. I don't know. There's a lot to explore here. I really like this section here. Okay, 114. Who loves not knowledge? Who shall rail against her beauty? May she mix with men and prosper. Who shall fix her pillars? Let her work prevail. That phrase, who shall fix her pillars, means who is going to set the bounds to knowledge? No one. Knowledge is going to go beyond whatever bounds you set. But on her forehead sits a fire. She sets her forward countenance and leaps into the future chance, submitting all things to desire. Half grown as yet, a child and vain, she cannot fight the fear of death. What is she? Cut from love and faith, but some wild Pallas from the brain of demons, fiery hot to burst, all barriers in her onward race. For power, let her know her place. She is the second, not the first. A higher hand must make her mild, if all be not in vain, and guide her footsteps moving side by side with wisdom like the younger child. For she is earthly of the mind, but wisdom heavenly of the soul. O friend, who camest to thy goal so early, leaving me behind? And that friend is Hallam. I would the great world grew like thee, who grewest not alone in power and knowledge, but by year and hour, in reverence and in charity.